Welcome back, everyone. Today's lesson is not just another lesson. It is something that truly matters for every student, every learner, and really for anyone who wants to grow in life without losing their own ability to think. We are going to talk about a topic that is becoming more and more important every day. How to use ChatGPT in the right way for studying.
This lesson deserves your full attention because it can help you in two completely different ways. If you use ChatGPT wisely, it can save your time, explain difficult ideas, guide you step by step, and help you become stronger in your learning.
But if you use it in the wrong way, it can slowly make you weaker without you even noticing. That is why today's topic is so important. It is not only about technology. It is about your mind, your future, your confidence, and the way you build real knowledge. So please stay with me carefully until the end, because this lesson may change the way you study forever. And here is a small challenge for you while you watch. Try to find the meaning of the word blindly before the lesson finishes.
And of course, if you enjoy this kind of video and you want more lessons that are useful, practical, and meaningful, please like, comment, and subscribe. Your support really helps a lot. Now, let's begin. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Lara. You look thoughtful today. What is on your mind?
Sir, I have been thinking a lot about ChatGPT and how students use it in study. Some people say it is very helpful, and others say it is dangerous for students. I want to understand the correct way to use it.
That is a very good question. ChatGPT can be a great help if a student uses it wisely. But if it is used in the wrong way, it can damage learning instead of improving it.
That is exactly what I was thinking. For example, if a student has a numerical problem and cannot solve it, the student can ask ChatGPT to solve it step by step. Then the student can ask for a detailed explanation and even ask for the reference. I think that can save time and also increase knowledge.
Yes, that is one of the best ways to use it. Suppose you are solving a mathematics, physics, engineering, or chemistry problem, and you get stuck. Instead of giving up completely, you can ask ChatGPT to show the solution step by step. That can help you understand the method, not just the answer.
But sir, sometimes students at my level cannot make sure whether the answer is correct or not.
That is true. ChatGPT is helpful, but it is not always correct. That is why students should not trust it blindly. They should ask for references, compare the answer with their textbook, class notes, or lecture slides, and check whether the method matches what the teacher taught in class.
So, the answer from ChatGPT should not be the final step?
Exactly. It should be the beginning of understanding, not the end of work. After getting the solution, the student should study every step carefully, understand why each step was used, and then try to solve the same type of problem manually without help.
I like that idea. In that way, the student saves time, but still learns the topic.
Yes, that is smart use of AI. It supports learning, but it does not replace learning.
Sir, honestly, many students do not use it like that. Some students just copy all their homework from ChatGPT without understanding anything. They submit perfect answers and sometimes get full marks.
Yes, that happens a lot.
And to be honest, sometimes it feels unfair. A student may spend hours trying to understand the homework, while another student just copies everything from ChatGPT and gets the same mark, or even a better mark.
I understand why that feels unfair. But let me tell you something very important. Students who solve all their homework with ChatGPT without understanding usually pay the price later.
What do you mean, sir?
Most often, they fail in the midterm or final exam because in the exam hall, they are alone. There is no ChatGPT, no copying, and no shortcut. Then, the real level of understanding becomes clear.
So, even if they get full marks in homework, it does not really mean they learned?
Exactly. Homework marks may give them a short-term benefit, but not real knowledge. Sometimes they may even pass the subject in the end, but they still do not gain confidence. They remain weak inside. They know that they cannot solve problems by themselves.
That is very true. Confidence is important.
Very important. Real confidence comes when you understand a topic and can solve it on your own. A student who depends completely on AI may look successful from outside, but inside, that student often feels unsure, nervous, and afraid of tests.
So when students use ChatGPT only for copying, they are not cheating the teacher only. They are cheating themselves.
That is exactly right. Many students think, I tricked the teacher. I submitted a perfect homework. But actually, they are hurting themselves. The teacher may lose nothing. The student is the one who loses knowledge, skill, practice, and confidence.
And later, when the same topic comes in the midterm or final, they cannot answer it.
Yes, then they may lose many marks. Homework usually gives only a small part of the total grade, but exams often carry a much bigger percentage. So if a student ignores learning and depends only on AI for homework, the result can be very serious later.
That means ChatGPT itself is not the problem. The problem is the bad way students use it.
Well said, Laura. ChatGPT is only a tool. Like any tool, it can help or harm, depending on the user. A knife in the kitchen can prepare food, but in the wrong hands, it can cause harm. In the same way, AI can support education, or it can weaken the student's mind if used carelessly.
Sir, what is the best way for a student to use ChatGPT without damaging learning ability?
A student should use it as a study assistant, not as a replacement for thinking. For example, the student can ask ChatGPT to explain difficult topics in simple language, summarize a chapter, create practice questions, check grammar in writing, solve one example step by step, or compare two ideas clearly.
That sounds useful.
It is. A student can also ask it, explain this concept like I am a beginner, or give me another similar question so I can practice by myself, or test me on this lesson without showing me the answer first. Those are healthy ways to use it.
I really like the idea of asking for another similar problem and solving it alone.
That is one of the best methods. First, see the guided solution. Then, close it. Then, solve a similar one by yourself. That way, you move from help to independence.
And what about professional people, sir? Do they use ChatGPT differently?
In many cases, yes. A professional person already has background knowledge and practical experience. So if they forget a formula, a process, a definition, or a method, They can ask ChatGPT and judge whether the answer seems correct or not. Their experience helps them filter the response.
But students do not always have that ability.
Exactly. That is why students must be more careful. A professional may use AI to save time because they already understand the field. But a student is still building the foundation. If the foundation becomes weak, everything above it becomes weak too.
So, for a student, learning the steps is more important than getting a perfect answer quickly.
Yes. Speed is good, but understanding is better. A fast wrong habit is dangerous. A slower correct habit builds a strong future.
Sir, I think many students need to hear this. Some of them think that using ChatGPT for all homework makes them smart, but actually it may make them weaker.
That is true. AI should make a student more capable, not more dependent. If after using ChatGPT the student understands more, thinks better, and solves independently, then AI was useful. But if after using it the student becomes lazy, confused, or helpless without it, then AI was misused.
I understand now. The real goal is not to finish homework only. The real goal is to become able to do it myself.
Very good, Laura. That is the heart of education. Marks are important, but skill is more important. And confidence built by real understanding is even more valuable.
Thank you, sir. Now I can clearly say that ChatGPT is a great help if used correctly. It can save time, explain difficult steps, and increase knowledge. But if students use it only to copy answers, they may get temporary marks, yet they will often fail in midterms and finals, or at least remain without real confidence.
Excellent conclusion. Always remember this. A tool should strengthen your mind, not replace it.
I will remember that, sir.
Good. Use technology wisely, learn deeply, and never sacrifice real understanding for short-term comfort.
Thank you very much, sir.
You are welcome, Laura.
That's the end of today's video. I hope this lesson helped you see how important it is to use ChatGPT in a smart and honest way, so it becomes a tool for learning, not a shortcut that weakens you. If you learned something useful today, tell me in the comments, and don't forget to write the meaning of blindly, too.
And if you enjoy videos like this, please like, comment, and subscribe for more helpful English lessons and real-life learning topics.